The NAACP is calling on Charlotte-Mecklenburg schools to take action to help stop violence among teens. This after police arrested a 14-year-old in the shooting death of a 16-year-old this Labor Day weekend. Lana Harris joining us now with how groups are seeking solutions to try to stop this violence. Lana.
Yeah, so we're here on Trinity Road. This is where that shooting happened, and you can see there's actually a vigil that's been created behind me with candles lit. We actually saw a bunch of people here just a minute ago, including a lot of kids. And just it's a reminder that the victim was really just a kid himself at 16 years old. So was the suspect, who is again 14 years old. And of course, community leaders say this is all part of a bigger problem. They say that when they get out into the community, the kids tell them that they feel invisible, that they're joining these gangs to feel part of a family. So now these community leaders are hoping to partner with CMS to steer kids on the right path in schools, hoping the district will get on board with that idea.
The Board of Education was not prepared for what happened on the first week of school.
The first week of school at CMS ended with multiple fights and students from 3 different high schools arrested for having guns on campus.
A lot of the violence and chaos that we saw could have been prevented.
Annette Albright with the Charlotte NAACP says they saw it coming.
Because these kids have been out of school for 18 months and they're totally disengaged from education.
CMS's end-of-year scores did show declines in every subject, in every grade level, in every racial group as students tried to learn virtually.
What they have been doing is having a lot of spats and arguments over social media.
Albright says all the kids needed to act on it was a school bus.
When they get to school, they're going to link up to settle these disputes.
Albright says they'd like to partner with CMS to help the district get ahead of these disputes.
Allow the public back into public school.
Charlotte NAACP President Corin Mack says the idea is to go into schools and be a support system.
The first part of this training really is listening. What we have learned is that young people want to release some of the things on their hearts and their minds.
Belton Platt, the leader of the Alternative to Violence program, says he'd also like to teach them the penalties of crimes they may be engaged in.
A lot of the youth don't even have a clue.
After a 14-year-old was charged with killing a 16-year-old over the weekend, Albright says the community needs to reach kids where they are to stop violence.
The Board of Education cannot do it alone.
Now, community leaders do plan to hold a prayer and event here to talk about violence, and I did reach out to CMS to see if they would be open to something like this, to allowing outside organizations to come in and help the kids, and so far I have not heard back yet from CMS. Lana Harris, WCNC Charlotte.